Hello, I'm Nick Jones and welcome to this very first video in our new ongoing video series where we shall follow the development of our new puppy Ruby, who is coming to us in just 2 days' time. In the next few weeks we shall be looking at a wide range of subjects as we go through a series I've decided to call the Puppy Training Journey. So there are two types of things that we can consider before the puppy arrives in the home. Firstly, we can look at things that we might need to buy or to obtain prior to the puppy's arrival. And then secondly, we also need to look at how we can prepare the house so we can make it safe and secure, given that you're going to have a puppy investigating all of these little areas in the home. A list of all of the products featured in this video can be found in the description below. You can then be taken to my Amazon store and look under the heading of puppy related products. So firstly, I'll just take you through some of the items that we have already purchased and set aside in readiness for Ruby's arrival. So the first item I'd like to show you is this vet fleece. Now, I've used this type of product for years, and the main thing I like about it, and I've opened one of the packs up here, is that there isn't actually a filling in it. And this cotton backing here is so tough and durable that most puppies would not be able to do much to that. Now, the main benefits of this is that it's non-allergenic, it's non-toxic, and it doesn't irritate the puppy at all. Any fluids, for example, will flow straight through, and inevitably I think we can expect a few accidents in the beginning. And also it's so warm, okay? Vet bedding is also excellent for washing and drying, so that ease of care is really important, we find. So here I have just a small selection of toys that we have put together ready for puppy, and the main criteria really we were looking at is to ensure that they would be fun for the dog, the right sort of size. Obviously you need to take into account the breed you're expecting, and also that these toys are safe. Now, this also, the Kong product here, is one of my favourites. I've been using Kong products for absolutely years. These blue and also pink Kongs, by the way, denote a puppy density, so they're nice and soft, much more squidgy. Once you get up into the red or even black colours, then you're looking at adult dog density. But the nice thing about a Kong is that you can fill it with a little bit of paste, or you could make up your own healthy dog filling, and then you could give it to the puppy when going into the crate, or just giving it to the puppy when wishing to keep it distracted for a short while. So there we have just a few toys. I no doubt will be adding to those in the near future. So a few words about grooming products. The main thing is to ensure that whatever you're using, it's appropriate for your breed type and the sort of density of coat your dog will have. Again, links to an appropriate puppy kit are in the description below. Also, it's essential that as a part of grooming, your dog is being used to being handled and touched all over from a very early age, and that it has a positive association with that, so that you're able to touch the dog's face, its feet, its ears, and of course look inside its mouth. So when we talk about mouth, we then have a dental product here, which is a dog appropriate toothpaste and brush, and this is what we intend to be using with our very own Ruby. So the subject of dog nutrition is quite a wide-ranging subject, and of course there's lots of different views and preferences on the subject of diet, but we here at home have been feeding the dogs Fourth Glade dog food for a number of years. Absolutely love that food. It's grain-free, it's free from any unwanted additives. The type of bowls we prefer are these earthenware heavy bowls. They don't move around really on the floor, and that is easy to wash, can go in the dishwasher without any difficulty. Okay. Ruby's been fed a dried food so far. and we will have some of that coming so we can make a transition over the first week or so onto this wet food. The food is here. It's like I often describe it as like a pate, and what we do is peel the top off, cut it into chunks, and that comes out nicely into the bowl. So as many of you will know, the subject of socialisation with a young dog is critically important. What this useful device is simply a sling or a hammock that goes around the neck of the person wearing it, and puppy can sit inside here, and this has a clip inside where you can clip it to the dog's collar to stop any unexpected movement. But this would allow us to get the puppy out from day one, which is exactly what we'll be doing, exposing Ruby to all of the things that can be expected in life without having to put her on the floor before she's fully vaccinated. So in essence, this will give us the opportunity to socialise Ruby from the very early stages to make her a well-balanced and happy dog in later life. So this will be Ruby's very first collar and lead. I would probably take this little bone off. It's just something that could snag, but the beauty of this collar is that it's fully adjustable. There's no specific holes, so it will grow with her in the first couple of months, and then naturally will go to something a bit more strong, I guess, when she's old enough. This lead, nice and soft, nothing clanky going on that noise-wise could disturb her. And I will make a separate video on this later on how to introduce the collar and lead. But this is the type we use, very soft and ideal for the first puppy. Now, in terms of initial control when she is on the floor in public, I don't advocate just letting your puppy loose and then hoping it will come back. That is the road possibly to a dog that has learned that it can ignore you. So there is a time and a place to use something like a retractable lead. I am a particular fan of the Flexi brand. It's made in Germany, works extremely well, has a nice intuitive button on the top, and we can also on some models add little accessories underneath. So this is an 8-meter cord designed for small dogs, so we can just begin to introduce some initial freedom and to practice some early recalls with the Flexi Lead. So you will see that in use as well in later videos. And so finally on our list of products that you would consider for your puppy is a dog crate or a dog cage. Now this particular product or crate has a door on the main side, which I prefer to use, and also a door on the short side as well, which could, depending on the configuration in your home and where you're putting it, can be helpful. Now, a crate is meant to be a warm and dry, secure place for you to leave your puppy for appropriate lengths of time. I place the puppy in a crate throughout the night, and then for short periods in the day, whereby we might be going to get ready in the morning, or we may be popping to the shops, and this is somewhere you can put your puppy knowing that it's safe and well inside the crate. So I will produce a video on how to introduce the crate to your puppy, and also talk at more length about appropriate use of the crate. On the subject of toilet training, we always want to reward behaviour that we do want, and what we've done here is set up a nice little jar with some soft dog treats in there that can be broken into halves and quarters, so that we can always be sure that when Ruby does do her business in the garden, pretty little paw print on this one, that we can mark the behaviour we do want. And of course this is right near the side door, and we also have a side door just over here, excuse the boxes. In this section of the video we're going to look very briefly at making the environment safe, ready for a puppy. And here's Pip and Max, and little do they know that in 2 days' time their peaceful environment will be shattered by the arrival of Ruby. So in the meantime, let's look at, you can see here on the fireplace, this is quite normal for us, we've got candles, we've got a couple of ornaments on the floor, the oil burner, and in the next shot you'll see all of those lifted away. So after a couple of minutes, as you can see, we've lifted all the items up off the floor, up out of the way, nice and safe. It's important to emphasise that Ruby won't be left to her own devices in here at any time. If we can't supervise her, she'll be in the crate, and at least we know when she's in there, she's safe, can't harm herself or indeed cause any damage to the property.